One day in the time of ancient Greece, the beautiful goddess Athena tried desperately to get out of what she believed to be an unfair arrangement. Athena's father had just recently informed her that before she was born, she had been predestined to be with Hephaestus and would have to marry him. Hephaestus was the god of fire and forge. He had always felt unloved and very lonely as a result of being very deformed. At that moment in time, Athena felt only anger towards her father. She wondered why no one had ever told her that she would be forced to marry Hephaestus. Athena was the goddess of wisdom and reason. She was strong-willed. She always knew what she wanted. Everyone trusted in her decisions. Athena was far from shallow. Her reasons for not wanting to marry Hephaestus was not because of his looks, but because her heart had already belonged to someone else. Ares and Athena had been in love for what seemed like forever. Although with Ares being the god of war and bloodshed, witnesses did not see him as a good match for such a loving person like Athena. Yet Athena was the goddess of reason, so who were they to question the man she loved most? Athena had not yet given word to Ares about the heart-wrenching news that her father had given her. She hadn't said anything to Ares, partially because she was not looking forward to his predictable reaction, which would be much anger. She still had confidence that she would convince her father. Although Athena would hate to admit it, she herself knew that it would be close to impossible. Athena's father, Zeus, was very powerful. He was the king of all the gods and was also the god of wisdom. He hates to upset Athena because she is his favorite daughter. The sun was beaming down hard on Athena and Zeus's face as they argued back and forth over the situation. Unfortunately, it seemed as if the arrangement could not be undone. Long before Athena was born, Zeus had made a promise to Aphrodite, the goddess of love, that his second daughter would have to marry Hephaestus. Athena could not understand why her father would make such a promise. Zeus repeatedly told Athena that it was for reasons that he could not yet explain. Receiving no answers to her questions just left Athena confused and more frustrated than she had ever been before. Athena was too hurt to talk to her father now, but she still felt that she needed more answers, so she decided to go straight to the source, none other than Aphrodite herself. Her father warned her not to go. Athena believed that he only said this so she would not be able to unravel the truth. Meanwhile, Hephaestus has just been informed that he is soon to marry the beautiful Athena. Yet when he received word of the news, he did not seem as enthusiastic and gleeful as others would think him to be. Hephaestus feels this way because he knows that Athena would never be happy spending the rest of his life with him. Even though he doesn't know Athena well, he wants her to be happy and with the one she loves. Ares is a strong man and is very short-tempered. The news spreads like wildfire. When Ares finds out that the situation he is furious. He is also partially mad that he did not find out from Athena herself. The first thing he does is go search the crowded streets of ancient Greece. Everyone stares at him in awe and tries their best to not get in his way. Ares does not appear to be a friendly person, let alone when he is angry. Ares received word that Athena was visiting Aphrodite. Ares storms into the castle of Aphrodite. He sees Athena crying, showing the side of weakness that she hardly ever shows. Aphrodite feels much sorrow for her, but there is nothing that he can do to help her. Athena goes on to tell Aphrodite that she refuses to marry Hephaestus. Aphrodite then informs her that if she does not marry Hephaestus, Ares and her father will both be killed. Athena will have to live knowing that she was the reason that both of them are dead. Two men in her life that she loves dearly will be gone forever. Ares is still filled with rage, but she still tries to comfort Athena. Athena knows that she could never live knowing that she was responsible for the death of two people, especially two men that she loves dearly. Athena must ask Aphrodite why she would put this curse on her before she was even born. Aphrodite informs her that it may seem like a curse, but it is not. She is only predestined them because she feels that the two of them would fit perfectly together. Hearing this, Ares stops comforting Athena, and his rage increases. screams and yells at Aphrodite and tells her that she does not have any right at all to presume such a thing. Aphrodite does not pay any attention to Ares, outbursts and continues to explain herself and her reasons to Athena. She informs her that it was only to help her father, and that he is the only one that can tell her why she had to do this. Athena is confused. She thinks to herself what her father could have possibly done to get himself into such a horrible situation, especially any situation that would cause him to need the help of Aphrodite. She cannot grasp the reason why the only solution was to have her married off to a man she did not love. As all these questions are going through her mind, Aphrodite tried her best to assure her that everything in the end would work out for the best. Athena cannot see how any of this could work out. Ares and Athena are both very distressed and a bit taken back on all the information that they have just learned. Still, Athena thanks Aphrodite, and her and Ares leave the castle. Meanwhile, Zeus is back at home. He is contemplating how he was going to tell Athena why he got her into this mess. He honestly had forgotten about the arrangement until recently. He feels horrible. Now he is forced to face his daughter with the truth. The wedding for Athena and Hephaestus is to take place tomorrow. The whole town has heard of this scandal by now. They think how tragic it must be for the beautiful goddess Athena to marry such an ugly man like Hephaestus. Although they do not all have warm feelings for Ares, they all adore Athena and take pity on her, and say how tragic that it must be that she cannot stay with the man that she loves so much. By this point, both Ares and Athena have done all they can to try and prevent the wedding from happening. Athena is fully prepared to go through with everything. Although she will always love Ares, she will try her best to be true to her soon-to-be husband. Ares acts as though he will be fine and with everything and goes along with it all. Yet no one knows is that Ares is secretly plotting against Hephaestus. He's gathering an army of men to attack and kill him and anyone that may get in his way during the ceremony. Before they are officially joined as man and wife, he plans on killing him. Ares believes that if he does this, then everything will be resolved, and Athena and him will be able to be together. During the day of the wedding, Zeus sits and talks to his daughter Athena. He lets her know how terribly sorry he is for his foolish actions. He feels immensely sorry for taking away her happiness. He tries to reassure her that just like Aphrodite had said, that it will all work out in the end, and how wonderful of a guy Hephaestus is. Although Athena will not deny that Hephaestus is a great man, she still desires very much to be with Ares. Athena has forgiven her father, but she still needs to know what he had done to cause her to be predestined in marriage. Zeus goes on to tell Athena what had happened. Athena is mad at first, but still forgives him because she adores her father very much. As time grows closer for the wedding to take place, Athena cannot find him. Starts to panic as Aphrodite goes over and tries her best to console her. She reminds her that she is the goddess of love, and when she is forced to arrange a marriage, she only picks those who will match perfectly. She chose two people that are truly soulmates. Although right now Athena cannot see that, she one day will. The beginning of the ceremony was a cool day. The air was crisp, and many of the guests were eager to bear witness to the wedding. The one person that she wants to see, Ares, cannot be found. The wedding proceeds. Athena stands in front of Hephaestus, when suddenly she feels a pinch in her back. And when she looks at her face, she is actually seeing a kind, gentle person who's just misunderstood in their society. She sees she sees a she falls in love with Hephaestus instantly. This is all because of Cupid, the son of Aphrodite. They are then married and live happily forever. Cupid's spell only lasts for a short time, but when it wore off, Athena's feelings did not. No one had ever heard from Ares again. He never appeared at the wedding either. Ares' plan was discovered by Zeus. Zeus did not want to harm him, so he informed his brother Poseidon. Poseidon was the god of the ocean. Before Athena and Hephaestus' wedding day, he took care of Ares. He took down his army and cursed him for 3 centuries as an unhappy and unpowerful seahorse. And just like Aphrodite had promised, everything worked out. They were true soulmates.